Hey folks, welcome back to Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Last time we finished off the Snow Peak ruins and then made our way through the totally not lost woods. Found ourselves back in the Sacred Grove, where we have found a mysterious door. What could be behind it, we'll find out in a moment, but between parts I went and grabbed some milk. That's all you missed. You didn't need to see that, so I just went and did it. And I'm thinking we might actually get some use out of our rare chew jelly soon. I'm thinking of a spot where it might be good to use it. But yeah. Let's see what's through here, shall we? That seems like a good idea. As a kid, I never quite got what was actually happening here, but I think it's meant to be like you travel back in time. Or something like that, which makes sense because they're talking about, ooh, this ancient temple and ancient machinery and yada yada yada. This was back when the forest was the Temple of Time, I guess? Kinda neat. Also, I see you there, Mr. Bug. That makes sense. This is where the bug was in the present. Come here, you. It's a snail. We did it. I think that's the other snail, so that works. Colors are a little bit washed out here. I hope that's not my capture card being weird, but no, I think that's just how it is, right? Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty cool to see it in a very different time, and it is kind of, sort of reminiscent of Ocarina of Time. The music's the same, which is a nice touch. It's a similar sort of look, anyway, which is neat, aside from the staircase and the weird statues back there. I like it. Let's go see what's in here, though. Well, I suppose we could put the Master Sword in place. Why not? We've already time traveled. It's a fancy light staircase. Oh, hey, Uku. She seems very excited to get in there. For reasons unknown to us. But sure, if you say so. Alright, well, nothing to it but to head on in, I would say. To the mysterious back end of the Temple of Time that apparently exists now. And yeah, this is in fact the next dungeon. We're just straight into it after the previous one, more or less. It's the Temple of Time. It's a dungeon now. Weird, right? That was an interesting camera angle, but okay. Now, as I recall, I think Uku's gonna be somewhere waiting for us or something like that. I seem to remember something to that effect. Link, don't you think there's something odd about that statue? In the grove and in the temple entry, there were always matching ones on each side, but there's only one here. Why don't you use your senses to take a look around? Do you actually mean to be a wolf? Because I could do that. I don't remember that part. Oh, you know I didn't remember that was a thing. I knew it. There was one more here originally. We need to find the other statue in this temple that matches that one. Yeah, we probably didn't need it spelled out to us. I feel like that was kind of obvious. But sure, thanks for the help all the same, Midna. I see that we can do this. Yay! I assume we did it good. Alright, up we go. I like to think of this room as the face room. Look at it on the minimap, right? It's totally a face. You got the eyes and the nose and the kind of mouth that we're on right now. It's just roll with it. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I'm probably weird. Here you are. Not so fast. At last, this is it. This is where I've been trying to get to. The ancient technology of our people sleeps in this place. We've searched all over, and now we're so close I can smell it. Once we find that thing, we can go home at last. Oh, gracious, yes. Young man, we're so close, so please help us find what we're looking for. Yeah, sure. She has a purpose now, so that's good. Oh, we need a key, huh? Okay, I didn't remember that. Where would one acquire a key? Probably right here, if I had to guess. Why did that take a second? But okay. To work my way around the chest. It's a key, what a surprise. Just a random light the torches thing for no real reason, but sure. This game seems to like doing that, where they like lock off the first door of the dungeon for no reason. They had it with Arbiter's Grounds too. You had to grab a key in the first chest. Oh, it's kind of weird. Hop back over to this, by the way. Hello, little spider. Alrighty. A little chest back there. Can we get it? Does this work? No. Because you don't... Well, what if you can do... Probably not. Interesting, though. Oh, probably that obvious switch does it. Hang on. Alright. The power of pots. I mean, we were in desperate need of arrows last part, so yes, thank you. Oh, I think I see what they want us to do. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool, I like that. Alright, well you weren't very scary, were you? Nice jump, Link, well done. Just jump straight into the staircase. Got him. What I was trying to do. There we go, everything's fine. Another chest just hanging out right here. Just giving them away in this place. Money, thanks. I heard a bat. I did not see a bat. Is that a bat? That might be a bat. That's a bat. Are you a baddie? Oh yeah, you a baddie. Kinda like the dudes in Wind Waker. In fact, exactly like the dudes in Wind Waker. You have to hit them in the back. Kinda forgot about their existence, but there you go. It's a map! Now the map here is kind of revealing of the dungeon here. Check this out. It's actually quite linear. You just kind of keep going up. This is a pretty wacky dungeon in that regard. Like, it's pretty much a straight path. And that'll kind of make sense why, when we see what happens up the top, I suppose. But for now, all we can do is press on. I like that works. 2 pots up here. It's kind of weird having these like switch holdy downy puzzles. They feel like such a basic mechanic, you'd think they would be a lot earlier in the game. But here they are all the same. I see you there, pal. It's a shame you can't like look out the window. It'd be kind of interesting to see what's going on out there. Because again, this is like apparently the past or something. That's the impression I get from it anyways. I don't know. It's weird. I forgot about all of those dudes. Well, I can only finish one of you, I'm afraid. So you never get the chance to use this thing, as you can see. The charged up jump attack, like, they kind of have to be not aware of you in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. I prefer just using a regular old jump. That seems to work much better. You're a bit stuck there, sir. There you go. Yeah, okay, look, we'll let you be fancy then, Link. That's fine. I don't recall what needs to happen in this room. It's a very large room. You have to get down into the center? I don't know if that has to happen yet. Might be a thing later. So I'm going... That looks like a... Was that a Poe? That's a Poe over there. How would we get to him? Because I think we're at 19 Poes right now. Again, I forget what the button is. Yes, we're at 19. One more would be nice. Not sure what the point of all these lizard dudes is exactly, but we can jump attack and finish them all. That works. Now, if I wanted to get in there, I see how I would do it. That's something for later, I think. Never mind. So I think we just go up for now, then, by the looks of things. Aha! Did you forget about the spinner? I did. Oh, we need a key, huh? Okay. Oh, you can push this thing and it gets you... It moves the center or something like that? Yeah, we're going down. Okay. Now we find ourselves in the middle, which is maybe good? I don't know. I'm gonna do this because we can. Spinner's the best item in the game, clearly. I think this might work. It's only getting one at a time. Link's really struggling with slopes today. I don't know if we need to kill all these guys, but I seem to remember doing so. Maybe we will? That's not really working out, is it? Honestly, I think that's more effective. Ah, the ball and chain, you are such a weird item. I was really hoping you'd lock onto the other one. This might all just be a waste of time, by the way, I don't remember. But I seem to remember doing this. Come back! Oh, just get out of here. Did this accomplish anything? Okay, it turned off the laser. That's something, I guess. It's probably not going to stay that way, annoyingly. We might need to bring this with us, actually. Now that I see this. So this will bring it back to where we were. And I think we want to pull it again? If we can. We can. It gets us up here. That's something for later, actually. So then it must need to be the middle. I seem to remember you need to, like, bring this thing along. This might also be something for later on in the temple, though. Ah! Rude. It's one of those guys. Ah, yeah, look at that. Thought I remembered that. And then there was a second one just here. Watch out for the spinny things. We don't like the spinny things. There we go. Yeah, I was quick to stand on it, don't you worry. Now, where does this actually go? Ain't that the question? I assume we want that chest in the middle there. Pardon me, fellas. Is this a key? No, it's a stamp I don't care about. Awesome. Seem to remember you have to, like, maybe come back to this room later for a heart piece or something? Take that. Okay. Did that accomplish anything? Yes. I think this is what we want. Maybe. I just wasn't paying any attention for a moment there. There we go. Okay, now we can just hop right across. And we shall do just that. Ah, this room I kind of remember. Hello, little laser shooter things. It's been a while. Is that a good thing? Okay, that seems like a good thing. Nice shot. There you go. Yeah, shoot the same crystal 3 times. Genius puzzle design. Oh, come on. There's a chest right there as well. What's in here? Probably the compass? Yes. There we go. Probably be a good idea to peek at the map now as well. Yeah, so see that chest back in the southern room that we were in? I think that's a heart piece that we don't want. And I want to say the chest here that we can see in the room we're in, it's, you know, there. Might also be a heart piece? That might be true, I'm not sure. You can see there's something going on up the top there. We'll see what that's all about later, though. Get out of here. So many of these dudes. Yeah, I think that chest there might be a heart piece. That we, obviously don't want. I feel like I've been doing okay with the aiming without the gyro aim that the Wii U gamepad provides. But still, it could maybe be better at times. Alright, Mr. Armor, you're maybe a little bit scarier, but we also just kind of finagled and made it work, so that's fine. That was a good shot. Kinda. There's a lot of switching of switches here. Oh, there's like a very brief finish prompt. Oh. That works too. See if we can use the claw shot to hit this maybe. Save on arrows, you know. Might be an angle we can do it. Probably not there though. I feel like this could work. Yeah. Works for me. Gladly take more of them though, because we need them. Never know what you might find. But regardless, let's keep on moving up. Yeah, it's a really linear dungeon. It's pretty interesting. Definitely not something you see in Zelda. And we've got all these egg dudes. I don't know if we need to kill them all this time. Maybe we do. Do all the spin attacks in the world. Sure are a lot of you. Hey. Don't know if we needed to do that, but I did it. Oh, maybe we did. What would this be? Let's find out. I'm gonna guess money. Good guess, alright. Oh boy, this puzzle. I remember this one. I also hear a Poe. But I definitely don't... Is he up there? Might be up there. Yes, yes, that's how weights work, we know. Or scales, as it were. But can we climb up? No, okay. Nice throw, Link. You did a great job, buddy. There we go. Puzzles. I see that. What would I need that claw shot target for? Yeah, there's a whole spinner track going on up there. That is indeed where that Poe is. There's a chest up there too. This might be something for later, but I don't actually see how one would get up there. Oh, I see. The claw shot target, that's going to be something for later then, looking at that. I definitely don't see how one would, make their way up there. Oh, I lied to you, I do see. But, how would one reach that? From here? Pretty close. Really? That's like so close, isn't it? I disagree. Well, we could probably do it from up there. Let's see if that works. Oh, this is gonna make it the same, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I mean, I feel like that's close enough, though. Okay, well, we can grab one more of these little statues. Because I kind of want to see if we can get this Poe, because it would just be nice to have 20. Might be a bit of a waste of time here, because we probably don't need to do it, but also, you know, it's nice to do. Come along, Mr. Statue thing. As Link slowly brings it along. Link is heavier than one of those things. Good to know. No, no, you meant to throw it, buddy. There you go. Okay, now we should be able to reach this, surely. There we go. Almost walked right off the edge. That would have been smart, wouldn't it? Kind of weird that the rail breaks there. Look, they had to get some extra use out of the spinner, you see, so they put some spinner tracks in here. Makes sense to me, I suppose. There's even a door up here, too. Is this where... Did we have to do that? I thought we had to go through the other door down there. Come on now. Hey. Come on, I'm over here. Hey. Alright, that should be 20 Poes, which is cool. Yay! Oh, the game even says you collected 20. That's cool. There's also a chest right here. What is it? I wish to know. It's another stamp. Oh boy. How exciting. So, what is over here then? I don't remember. Okay. I have a feeling we might need your helmet. What are you guys doing here? This isn't the Lakebed Temple. Hello, friend. Oh, it's the boss key. Okay. So we did have to come up here. It's just kind of there, I guess. Thank you for actually getting around him. Does that accomplish something? It opens the door. That's all it does. I don't know what the point of this is, though. We might have to come back here. But I also don't see what else we can... Oh, that would be it. That would be it, wouldn't it? Hold up, let's do this. We're gonna move these to a better position. I have a suspicion as to what needs to happen here. I don't know why I said suspicion so strangely either. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should be able to do this, I think. Let's see if this works. Does this weigh the switch down? Yes, okay. This should work then. It's a pretty neat puzzle there. We could also come back later and make it a bit easier with a certain item that we don't have yet. But that'll work just as well. Let's also see what's in here, because I have no idea. More money, perhaps? Yep. Sure are giving us some cash these days. But I'm not complaining. Get ourselves a big key. There we go. Seems a bit early for that. We don't even have the item of the dungeon yet. What's that all about? Alrighty, with this, we should be able to just jump down here, I hope. Yep, there we go. Let's move on. Oh! This is a room that exists. Just kind of going all over the place, aren't they? Looks like we have to go this way. There we go. Nothing too dramatic. There's a chest just hanging out there. I mean, if you're offering, sure. Oh, cool, we needed that. That works for me. I probably shouldn't destroy the pots around here, actually, should I? It's probably not a good idea, considering a lot of the puzzles of this place. Come with me, pot. Get around the pillar, Link. There you go, buddy. Take that. More spiders! Oh no! Take a bit of health. Ow! Stupid little things. Huh, okay. Perhaps we did need to do that. Not sure if I was supposed to get up here that way, but that's cool with me. More money. Alright, I could do with a heart, though. That ain't it. How was I supposed to get up here? I don't know, but we got up there that way, I guess. That's kind of funny. It's not what I was trying to do, actually. That'll do it. Now, does that do anything to get the door open? Yes. And I assume we can just climb that. Oops, I fell. That's alright. Can we just climb this? Oh, okay. I got up the silly way then. That's fine. What does this do? Okay, I wouldn't say that's too helpful. Money. Alright. And is this what I think it is? I think it is. Okay. Probably a pretty important room. You can tell because there's a cutscene. And because Link's looking around. It's a pretty nice room, all things considered. Aha, that looks familiar, but, wouldn't be that easy, would it? Also, is that an image of the light medallion? I think it might be. That's pretty cool. Makes sense. Hey there, friendo. I don't think you're gonna be a friend, are you? So here's a Dark Nut. I remember them being pretty tough. So tell you what, I think it's about time we use this. Don't know if this is the best time for it, but I remember this guy being scary. So yeah, why not? Link is now yellow, or orange, I guess. I like how his armor falls off, it's a nice touch. He's upset. If you're careful, I think you'll be fine. It's a pretty cool, just like a one-on-one fight, though. I like it. Ah, okay, half a heart. Less than I was expecting. Did we get him? I would say we got him. Nice. And then the thing just opens for reasons. Well, time to get something. So here we have the Dominion Rod. This amazing rod can infuse ancient statues with life. So remember when I said this game has some weird items? Because here's another weird item. And I also remember how I was saying weird and situational, because this one is definitely weird and situational. But we can use it to do this. Come with me. And also he can smash things. It's a pretty cool item, but it's sadly another one that you don't see get a lot of use. You'll see what I mean later, but It's just a very strange and situational item, like the spinner is. It's very odd, and it's a very only in Twilight Princess kind of item again. Gets a lot of use here, but outside the dungeon, you only have to use it a couple times, as you'll see later. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Very specific and weird and strange. But I tell you what though, looking at the time, this might actually be a good spot to call it a part here. Because now I'm sure you can guess what needs to happen. We're gonna have to bring this fella all the way back down to the first floor where we can apparently fight the boss. So, that'll be something to work out next time. But, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.